All right, Tahni.
For reals this time.
Yeah, for real. Oh yeah, watch out for the stools. There's a bunch of them all
Yeah,
over.
I've seen these.
Well, that one's not one to worry about. Now that asshole.
Fuck that guy.
Take it away!
Alright. This one is called My Father Asks, and my father will not like this poem. My father listens to me read and incredulous asks, "Can't you write something happy, something light and carefree? This is all too dark for me." "Good thing it's not for you then, father. But let me answer your query in the form of yet one more dreary poem. I look out in the world, father, and see not carefree, light, or simplistic happy. My eyes were shaped far too cynical for that, and are you not proud of the beast you've wrought? Every time you raised your hand, knuckles turned down, hand angled like a knife to me, an insolent and impatient child, the flinch echoed down the length of my spine. It reverberated through my ribs, changed the vibration of my breath and the pulse of my heart. It snaked its way back up my spine, a shadowy and wicked kundalini, to set its long hooked fingers into the white matter of my brain and change the colors in which I saw the world, but at least you never followed the motion through. Unlike your own then godless father figure who so loved to remind you and your brother that you were small and he was large. Except for that once when outside the screen on the back door of that old manufactured home between the bright pink roses and the waxy rhododendron leaves, your hand came cascading down, open, rough, and calloused palm to young, impressionable cheek. But I was too much your own child, for though the sting stuck long and hard, it did not stick respect or even fear. In the end, the red imprint of your fingers on my face stuck in anger, burning, deep. Or recall that time when our old dog proudly pranced all silver and gray, with duck in mouth all muddy, and with drool and blood and dangling by rubbery broken neck, and onto the porch you stormed, hunting rifle in hand, while I with my tiny fist beat your knees and screamed, "Please stop, please don't kill him, please," as though it were my responsibility to make sure you didn't kill the family pet. Far easier-headed I than many a lost child forgotten in the cracks and shadows, and yet nonetheless did such things shape my eyes and the things they do see, though to be frank, it wouldn't take such change, I think, to see the things I see. I look out into the world, father, which I was awoken to one September morning when mother came yelling into my room about New York's burning towers, and sleepy-eyed and dreary I came out to watch those towers fall. I look out into the world into which my best friend was born and beaten until deformed, into which only a number of my many friends, which fits upon these fingers, have come and not been molested, raped, and abused, and I see darkness, I see cruelty. Did you know around about 30% of children will be sexually abused, but that these numbers can't be certain, though they can certainly be believed to be too small, because we know these things are vastly underreported. Surely you've heard that 1 in 6 women will be raped, though my own anecdotal experience puts that number much higher. Probably you don't know that statistics for male victims are unabashedly flawed, because too many people still don't believe men can be raped, though I believe those folks can go right on and fuck themselves. Or did you know Native American women are disproportionately victimized, and the only ethnic group so routinely victimized by men outside of their ethnic group, or that 98% of perpetrators never see the inside of a jail cell? I look into the world, father, and I see oppression, systematic madness even the Joker might balk at. I watched the protests in Egypt and saw the protesters ran down by police cars, ambulances, bodies tossed like dolls under the wheels. I watched the statue of Saddam Hussein tore down mere decades after our government installed him, and today I see Iraq still in shambles. The Islamic world post-colonialism shrouded in smoke and flames spread by our long meddlesome fingers and shameless drones. We are the midwives of hatred, of division and terror, too busy with such things to put out the fires in our own homes. Men choked by police for selling cigarettes, women dangling suspiciously by their necks in jail cells after failing to use a blinker, men running unarmed, shot in the back, widowers and orphans, childless mothers. Why, I counter to your question, dear father, should I write stories about blissful peace and merry simplicity when these are not the things I see when I look out into this world? And yet, dear father, there is this one small matter you so often miss when it comes to the world as I see it and I report it here. Amid necessary disease and decay, I also spy, blooming like flowers out of the steaming shit, little specks of irreverent beauty. Half again the people dearest to me have taken to themselves with razor blades and pills in determined attempt to free themselves from this plane, and still they live walking among us, singing, laughing, loving, building themselves into temples which I visit for worship, and I among them with a tattered hide, a survivor I've been called of the things that were done to me. Survivors are we all in our shaken, unsteady hands. Rises a generation who will be better than we. My very own nieces, your very own granddaughters, my father, who were dragged wailing into this world to watch it slowly dying, then raise their eyes to the skies and know that in that eternal dark, stars are being born among the death, and we are but dust in the middle of that great cosmic game. I do not, Father, write the light, carefree, and happy, for those stories, understand, do not churn out survivors. Rolling meadows made of green colored by flowers blooming do not breed beautiful resilience into the bones of their occupants, and it is not softness or dawdling I wish to celebrate. I do not raise my voice in praise of the candy which rots my teeth, but those mean things which force me bigger, better, stronger than I have ever been, and that, Father of mine, is why I write the darkness.
Yeah.